Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We currently see the prices going up like crazy, and we talked about it. We talked about if 41.5K get broken, that immediate downtrending or descending, corrective scenario is invalidated. And for everybody who's new on the channel, we're going to take a look at that. I also want to talk in this video about the reasons for that pump, the possible reasons for that Bitcoin pump at the moment. And just overall fantastic to see what the prices are doing. You know, it's nice to see such an upside in the crypto market. We all love it. We all love it, and it might not be long lasting. I think the next few hours and days will decide that, where we are going to head. And we're gonna talk about the different scenarios in this video so that you exactly know what you can expect if certain levels will get broken or invalidated, so you always understand what the different scenarios are here in the market. But fantastic to see that a lot of cryptos get a good comeback here at the moment. Really can't get enough from looking at these green numbers. That's fantastic. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I normally do BTC ADA together. Don't do it in this video because I did the other one today already, and this is really just an update video on Bitcoin because I've got the feeling that what is currently happening here is really driven by Bitcoin. And we're going to take a look at the chart first, and I want to talk a little bit about the reasons, the more fundamental reasons or the geopolitical reasons why this is happening here. So definitely stay in this video until the end. So really, also for everybody who's new on this channel, what are we doing here actually? This is an Elliott Wave analysis of a Bitcoin. What we're doing here in my view is still this pattern that we have on the chart. So we've got here this wave 1. This is Bitcoin's first larger wave 1 here. Then we are now in this wave 2. So based on the Elliott Wave method, you get typically a wave pattern of 5 waves, and this is only the first one here. Now you're in the second one, after which you get the third one, and the third one is oftentimes the most bullish one. Then you get another fourth one, which is a correction, and the fifth one to the upside. This current second one in which we are is also corrective. So if we zoom in, what is my expectation? My primary expectation is still that the price is going to land here. This hasn't changed at all in this yellow target area. This area is, in this area you would find, for example, the golden pocket, the 61.8% fib level, and also the 200-week moving average is in this target area. So somewhere in here I do expect Bitcoin to bottom out. I don't think we have seen the low. Maybe a low for now, and we're going to take a look at that. But even if we say a low for now, it would not be the foundation in my view for new all-time highs. So I have made that clear in previous videos already. So what did we do here? We had here this large head and shoulders on the chart. That was broken. We have the neckline here, the ascending trend line. This is a neckline of that head and shoulders. That did break as expected. We talked about it. We expected lower prices. It did happen. We came down all the way to 33K. And we have then retested this neckline from below as resistance and have come down once more, however, made a higher low. And then we moved up into this yellow target area. That was all as planned. This was the yellow target area for a potential wave 4. And I don't want to make it too complicated, but what has happened today is that the price did go through here, through the target area. That was not a problem, but the move above this red line has invalidated this 5-wave structure to the downside. Now I don't want to get into too much detail. I want to keep it rather simple for everybody because I know not everybody is too much into Elliott waves, but what does that mean? So this 5-wave move to the downside, what we saw here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said, most waves typically move in 5 waves, or wave pattern typically consists of 5 waves, and we would have now expected the 5th wave down into the beautiful target area here between 20 and 29K. Now that didn't happen. Instead, the price did shoot up and even broke here this, as I said, 41.5K level. That was important to break. It did invalidate this wave count to the downside because it means that this wave 4 here has now come into the target area or into the price area of that wave 1. So this wave count as it is not possible anymore. Okay, and you know, I made you aware in the previous video, if you break 41.5K, you can expect that, yeah, immediate downtrend is over. And yeah, we saw a bit of a shooting up of the price after that. And also just before we broke this 41.5K level, we talked about the various indicators on the Bitcoin chart and that they would support higher prices. So all of that coming together, looking good. Yeah, is not too surprising, even though my primary expectation was that we are coming down here and that this would not be invalidated. But it has been invalidated, and as I always try to make you aware of when a certain pattern gets invalidated, you should have been prepared. I know you were. But what are we doing now here? So we are seeing here now that the price has moved up in a crazy way, right? Like 15% upside here for Bitcoin. There are now a few a few levels I'm watching out for. So the next key level that I'm watching out for, and by the way, you can see that red line here. That was the next resistance level we expected, 44.3. The price did get to that level. So again, next target after 41.5K was reached, the next target was reached as well. If that gets broken, I do expect 45.5. If that gets broken, I expect resistance here at this white neckline of the head and shoulders, which is at 46.5K. So these are the levels. Everything in here is not a problem. Within this, if we stay below that white line, that neckline, there's also an important Fibonacci level sitting at that white neckline. If you break that to the upside, we have to talk about a alternative scenario. But as long as we stay below that level, what I have highlighted here as wave 4 would still be possible. Yeah, it would indicate that we would still be in a wave 4 here, but this is only possible until the price breaks above 46.5K. So if the price stays below 46.5K, we can then assume that the price is going to turn around from up here and gets into the target area. Okay, absolutely possible. But again, if it breaks above 46.5K, then this will not be a wave 4 anymore. We have to talk about higher prices. We then have to talk about that this will be a wave B. So, and again, I don't want to get into too much in the detail. It would be too long video. But what we talk about then is that we have a wave B, that wave 4 gets taken out, right? And that wave B would get into an area of at least 51K, that's the 0.5 fib level, to an ideal level of 55.2. That would be the ideal level that I expect, but it can extend further, that wave B. It could even get to 61K, that would be the next fib level, or even 65. Now, of course, too early to say where it's going to land, because we need to see how does the price react to each of these fib levels. But the indicators would support higher prices. Yeah, after such a long correction, the indicators do support higher prices, and that was originally such a wave B was originally what I did expect. After that initial sell-off on the 4th of December, it didn't happen. We had a wave 4. We didn't have a wave B. This was the alternative back then, the wave 4. It happened. We came down, and maybe now we do see that wave B. Okay, but it would not be an invalidation of this whole downtrend pattern. No, absolutely not. It would still mean that we just move a little bit higher, possibility for profit taking for everybody who wants to do it, before we then get into the yellow target area down there. But I'm not saying we're going to see this wave B. I'm saying that we only see this if we break above 46.5K. And as I said, if we break above that 46.5K, we could even move all the way up to 65K. And of course, I'll keep you updated about what I think is going to happen. So far, however, we can see the price already going down again, profit taking going on. And all of this could just still be that wave 4 here, and we are coming down next. Okay, at the moment the wave 4 peak is still here. Yeah, and we would then need to see, I need to see now how the price is going to develop over the next few hours. But overall, my primary expectation still remains that the yellow target area here is still at play. So nothing has changed, only that sort of micro 5-wave structure here that has been invalidated. Not a big problem, happens, you know, that's why I tell you when certain patterns get invalidated, so you are prepared. When the correction then is finally finished at some point here, we expect a strong move up. That will then be the all-time high move. At the moment, I can't see that. The structure of what we're doing here is not ready yet. It doesn't look bullish. It looks corrective still. It looks three-wave like, so like an ABC. It looks corrective. It is not something where we would build new all-time highs on. Don't think so. Not from what Bitcoin normally does and how it normally behaves. Also bear in mind that the monthly MACD still is printing here a bearish crossover. Yeah, we've seen that. The MACD line is far too high to support new all-time highs. The monthly MACD, that is one of the key reasons why I do not expect new all-time highs from here. Any move up in a wave B would just support higher prices, yes, and it would be a possibility for profit taking and then to buy back lower in this yellow target area. Bear in mind, nothing is guaranteed in these markets. Everything is moving in probabilities, and we try to be prepared for all options. And on my channel, especially channel members, know my buy orders for various altcoins and Bitcoin. And again, if you want to see these as well and participate in the community, feel free to check out the channel membership. But I did dollar cost average in below 40K for Bitcoin and for various altcoins as well. So prepared for both scenarios really, and that is, I think, the best thing someone can do. But again, only my own viewpoint, no financial advice. So what are some of the reasons that this crazy move here has happened for Bitcoin? I just told you all the key resistance levels here for Bitcoin. And by the way, maybe before we go to the reasons, let's talk about the support levels, because some people might want to know. So resistance levels, maybe just to repeat it once more, we've got here exactly this level where I expected Bitcoin to land. You've got the red line here as the previous one was broken. That is the next one here, 44.3K that was, then 45.5 and 46.5K. Key support levels now, we've got here again 41.5K. We need to see if this is now retested as support. 41.5K. Then we've got here this support line, this descending support line, that would be at 37.9K. And below that, we've got here this support line at 36.3K. Right, what are the reasons for the pump? Of course, nobody knows for sure, but of course, we've got the conflict in the world between Russia and the Ukraine, and the Russian, the Russian currency is really suffering at the moment. Nearly all Russian funds or all Russian funds and shares are losing in value, while money is withdrawn from Russian banks. And yeah, I guess that money is flowing into Bitcoin from Russia. Yeah, because people are taking their cash out, because people are scared that Russia might take money from their accounts. They did say that if the sanctions are coming, that Russia might confiscate some of the savings from their population. So people are fleeing, I think, into Bitcoin. On top of that, we've got bullish news. Morgan Stanley has announced that they bought Grayscale Bitcoin shares, so that is big. And there is a potential. I don't think it's very likely. I think the Russian economy is not in a too bad state. Actually, they don't have many. How do you say loans? Yeah, I mean they have some funds. All right, but anyway, there is a risk of a collapse, and people are scared, and investors are a bit scared. So Bitcoin is for many the ideal solution. Now, there are, of course, countries like the USA trying to work on to block Russian people. I heard that, to block Russian people from investing with centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and FTX. Yeah, so they are working on blocking these, and at the same time, Bitcoin's volume is increasing massively. So, is this potentially the last minute buy orders of some Russian people with a lot of money who try to avoid being blocked on these exchanges, who just buy quickly before potentially Russia gets blocked from some of these exchanges, so that they can move these funds onto their hardware wallets? Yeah, so this is possible. Also, what you need to bear in mind, if you are a rich person living in Russia or whatever, and you can't really do anything with your money because some of the maybe the stock exchange is closed and whatever, and they can't really move their money. and they are scared that this might happen in the future, you know, the crypto market is ideal for them because it's open 24 hours. Okay, so also I think it had a positive effect that Bitcoin didn't drop that much when the invasion started. It dropped, but it recovered everything. I think that showed the strength of Bitcoin actually generally. Yeah, and I think you can see actually that Bitcoin is getting recognized as an important asset in the world. So you can see the effect now of what Bitcoin was actually invented for, of being some sort of an asset for a crisis. Yeah, and this is what it's used for at the moment. I think this is one reason for that pump, right? Or these are various reasons for that pump. So I hope could explain that. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you want to become part of the community, support the channel in additional ways and really communicate with a lot of people, nearly 1,000 members now on Telegram, Discord, and in a weekly live stream, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.